The Disciples Within lecture by Neville Goddard delves into the nuanced interpretation of the 12 inherent attributes within ourselves. It serves as an introduction to a captivating exploration of the 12 intrinsic qualities of the human psyche. These attributes exist as latent powers within us all, eagerly awaiting to be activated and honed. By mastering these traits, we can command them to reshape our existence in remarkable ways, much like a general marshals a well-trained battalion. Harnessing these 12 attributes transforms them from a chaotic force into a formidable alliance of support. Neglecting their discipline, however, may lead to being overwhelmed by emotional tempests and bewilderment. A true master views these 12 not as subordinates but as trusted companions. Each honed mental trait then steadfastly bolsters one's ambitions and dreams. Embrace a novel enlightenment about your boundless capabilities. I urge you to watch through to the end and be spurred by a groundbreaking insight into your mind's prowess. Additionally, for a deeper grasp of each latent quality, if you're committed to revolutionizing your existence, hit the like button and circulate this video. In the comments, disclose which of the 12 human mind qualities you struggle most to master. Together, let's face and surmount these obstacles. And he called unto him his 12 disciples, and gave them authority over unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal every disease and every sickness. Matthew 10. We interpret the 12 disciples as symbols for the 12 manageable and trainable qualities of the mind. Once disciplined, they invariably heed the controller's command. These 12 qualities represent the potential chaos of an untrained mind, their behavior more akin to a riotous crowd than a disciplined force. The turmoil and perplexity that besiege individuals can be traced back to these 12 unaligned mental traits in their dormant state. Without their awakening and discipline, they succumb to every whisper and sensory impulse. Upon their subjugation and management, the individual can proclaim, "You are no longer servants but friends." He knows henceforth, each refined mental attribute will serve and guard him. The identities of the 12 qualities are unveiled as they are summoned to discipleship. Simon, later known as Peter. Andrew. James. John. Philip. Bartholomew. Thomas. Matthew. James, son of Alphaeus. Thaddeus. Simon the Zealot. Judas Iscariot. Simon, embodying the faculty of listening, is the inaugural quality to be refined and disciplined. Once elevated to discipleship, this ability ensures only those impressions that are in harmony with the directed teachings are permitted entry into consciousness. Regardless of worldly wisdom or sensory inputs, if they don't resonate with the learned directives, they are disregarded. Simon receives guidance from his master, learning to only let in those impressions worthy of the consciousness of his Lord. Every admitted impression inevitably manifests in reality. The directive for Simon is clear: only allow those impressions that are noble and dignified to enter the consciousness of his Lord. No falsehood can remain hidden from the Master, as every life expression informs the Lord of whom he is entertained, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Once proven to be a loyal and true disciple, he is dubbed Peter, the Rock. The disciple, unswayed and uncorrupted by any outsider, is known as Simon Peter, one who adheres strictly to his Lord's directives, ignoring all else. Simon Peter realizes that I am his Christ, and with this realization, he is entrusted with the keys to heaven, becoming the foundational stone upon which God's temple is erected. A sturdy foundation is essential for any structure, and only a disciplined sense of listening can maintain unwavering in the understanding that I am his Christ, and there is no Savior but me. Andrew, symbolizing bravery, is the next quality summoned to discipleship. As faith in oneself is fostered, it naturally gives rise to its counterpart, courage. Self-faith, which requires no external support but confidently and independently claims the desired state of being despite logical or sensory contradictions, cultivates a fortitude and character strength surpassing anything imaginable by the disciplined individual. A person's faith in tangible things cannot truly be considered faith, for if the foundations of his faith are removed, so too will his faith and courage. Yet, he remains firm in the conviction that the state of consciousness he inhabits will manifest in due time. This bravery, Peter's brother, is acknowledged as Andrew. The subsequent disciples, introduced as kin, are the siblings James and John. James the just, embodying righteous judgment, and his brother John, the beloved. Justice, to be truly wise, must be administered with compassion, always offering the other cheek, repaying malice with kindness, and animosity with love. Aggression is countered with pacifism. The disciplined disciple James, representing judicious control, upon being promoted to the esteemed role of supreme judge, must be blindfolded to avoid being swayed by the physical and not judge based on the superficial appearances of being. Disciplined judgment is executed by one unaffected by outward appearances, one who remains loyal to the command to listen only to what has been instructed to be heard, specifically, the positive. An individual possessing this quality in his disciplined mind is incapable of hearing and accepting as true anything, whether from himself or others, that does not fill his heart with love. These two disciples, or mind aspects, are inseparable. When awakened, the disciplined individual forgives all for being as they are. He understands, as the just judge does, that every person perfectly expresses his true nature, just as the conscious individual knows that upon the immutable foundation of consciousness rests all manifestation. Modifications in one's way of expression can only be brought about by alterations in one's state of consciousness. These modifications, free from judgment or censure, allow for the true self to emerge uninhibitedly. While respecting the freedom of choice for all, it is essential to remain alert, ensuring that our actions and words towards others and ourselves uplift, dignify, and spread happiness. The disciple named Philip embodies the fifth quality, seeking to see the Father. The enlightened individual understands that the Father represents the consciousness in which one resides. This consciousness, or the Father, becomes visible through its manifestations. It is known that this consciousness reflects an accurate image of oneself. Thus, it is said, "No one has seen my Father, except for me, the Son, who resides in his embrace, revealing him." Hence, witnessing the Son is akin to seeing the Father, as the Son testifies of the Father. The unity of consciousness and its manifestation, God and humanity, is indivisible. This mindset, when honed, perseveres until aspirations and dreams materialize. This quality professes, "I shall witness God in my physical form," understanding the transition from the abstract to the tangible. Bartholomew, the sixth disciple, symbolizes the imaginative capacity that sets an individual apart from the crowd. An active imagination elevates a person, making them a beacon in the darkness. The distinction between individuals largely hinges on the power of a disciplined imagination, separating the insightful from the ordinary. The most significant contributions to society come from those with rich imaginations: artists, scientists, and inventors. If studies were conducted, it's likely that imagination would be identified as a critical factor in differing success levels post-college and in earning potential. This realization underscores that imagination is the catalyst for leadership, whereas its absence relegates one to followership. Our educational systems, focused on rote learning, often suppress creative thinking instead of unlocking the inherent wisdom within every individual. True education draws out this inner wisdom. Invoking Bartholomew into discipleship unleashes the potential to envision and transcend human limitations. Thomas, the seventh disciple, embodies a disciplined lifestyle that rejects any notion inconsistent with the desired state of consciousness, like health independent of external factors. Aware of his consciousness's power, he maintains his well-being irrespective of global health crises, embodying Thomas's skepticism, which, when directed, denies any influence from discordant external conditions. Denial as a disciplined quality safeguards against accepting any impressions misaligned with one's desired state of being. It encourages a stance of complete nonchalance towards any suggestions contrary to one's goals. The eighth, Matthew, represents the divine gift, acknowledging desires as divine endowments, encapsulating both the vision and the means for realization. This understanding eliminates doubt over the fulfillment of these desires. James, the son of Alphaeus, the ninth disciple, signifies discernment. This mental faculty, capable of seeing beyond the superficial, ensures clarity and precision in thought, enabling a mystic vision that transcends ordinary perception, revealing deeper truths unseen by the naked eye. The 10th, Judas Thaddeus, stands for the act of praise, an often neglected quality. Embracing gratitude, especially for the intangible, invites an abundance of blessings, recognizing the power of thankfulness in unlocking divine generosity. Simon of Canaan, the 11th disciple, symbolizes the anticipation of prosperity, embodying an attitude that attracts abundance, reflecting a life filled with blessings, evidencing a mindset attuned to perpetual good news. The 12th, Judas, represents the necessity of detachment or self-transformation for achieving one's desires, illustrating the ultimate sacrifice of one's former self for the realization of a new state of being. This quality underlines the importance of letting go to embrace the desired future. These 12 qualities, inherent to humanity, demand cultivation to achieve true discipleship. Upon their full realization, one can affirm completion of their divine mission, seeking now the ultimate union with the divine, reminiscent of a glory shared before worldly existence. Let us now embrace this silence, reflecting on these truths.